members. I would like to first of all recognize our Lieutenant Governor, LG Deborah Manning. Welcome.
Thank you, President Richard.
Yes.
Here.
And we also look forward to a very exciting evening because we're having new members and we'll have a chance to learn a bit more about them as they start their Kiwanian journey. At this time, I'm going to invite our Lieutenant Governor to bring greetings.
Thank you very much, President Richard. I bring you greetings. I recognize as well my advisor, PDT Ralston, distinguished Kiwanians who are present, Kiwanians all, members of our SLP program, and guests. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening, my LG. Good evening, LG.
President Richard and members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, thank you so much for inviting me yet again to your club, and this time for a very important event to extend greetings at your induction meeting this evening. It is always a wonderful event when we can welcome new members to our movement, because new members mean more hands, more skills, more talents to serve children and communities. Congratulations to the sponsors of our new members. And also thank you for sharing your key. I take the opportunity to welcome our newest members and encourage them to enjoy every moment of this great Kiwanis experience, and also to enjoy your time with this great and awesome club. Spend the time to delve into the history of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. It is certainly something to know about. I want to wish you all a wonderful induction ceremony, a wonderful evening, and to say to you that when you don't see me, right, please, right, please forgive me, because I do have another engagement and I will not be able to stay the course with you this evening, but I do wish you all the best for the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, LG.
Thank you, LG. I now invite President-designate Paul Peart to bring the welcome and introduction of members and visiting clubs. Over to you, President-designate.
Yes, thank you very much, President Richard. I mean, indeed, I share this similar sentiments and of that at LG Debbie. It's always good to have new members with us, and of course, future members on this platform as well. It is my privilege, of course, to welcome those of us who are here with us this evening and to support our new inductees into the club. But before I proceed, I'm going to ask visiting clubs from overseas if you could identify yourself along with your number of persons in a delegation. So we'll ask those clubs to do so. Okay. Let us ask. Okay, let us move to Division 2025. Are there any clubs visiting from Division 25?
Yes, PD Paul. I am DLG Joe Williams from the Kiwanis Club of Hopewell. See one other member so far, DP Marva. We hope that others will join soon. Wish for you a very successful transition, and we hope that Kiwanis will be better off as we dedicate our lives and service to the organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DLG Joe, for joining us as usual. It's good to have you. Are there any other clubs from Division 25? Not, I move. Yes, my apologies. Go ahead.
Good evening. I'm Sonia Ross, Director Designate from Kiwanis Club of Negril Point. I wish for you a good evening. Probably we have others who will join. They're still at a meeting out of many, so they'll join us later.
Okay.
Wish for you a good afternoon.
Yes, thank you very much, Director Designate Sonia. Good to have you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Are there any other clubs from any clubs from Division 24?
Good evening, PD Paul. I bring you cool greetings from the Kiwanis Club of Moneague. With me this evening is Kiwanian O'Shane. Others should be joining later. I am DLGE Donna Coombs, and I wish to say welcome to your new inductees. And I think you have made the best choice to join the Kiwanis Club. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DLG Donna. It's always good to have you and to bring that cool greetings from Monique. Are there any other clubs from Division 24?
Thank you, PD Paul. This is LG Pauline from Division 24, of course, from the Kiwanis Club of Brownstone. I am not sure of the members that are on, just coming on, just trying to scan through to see if I have seen any other member from my club. But I'm sure there are other members from the division. And so I'm so happy to be on with you this evening and want to welcome the new members. We Zuki on the block, welcome to them. And of course, you have been doing the right thing in getting on these members. More hands, more ideas, that's the way to go. All right, so thank you for increasing in membership in your division. I am looking forward to a great meeting. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so very much for joining. It's always good to have you.
PD Paul?
Yes, DP Stewart.
I think I see Kiwanian President Designate Michael Nkwanga.
Ah, yes. So, yes, our brother. Yes, President Michael. Could you give us greetings, please?
Hello, a very good evening, everyone. My name is Nkwanga Michael. I bring you warm regards and lots of love from the Kiwanis Club of Nakawa and the Kiwanis Club of Kasesa in Uganda. It's always such a pleasure sharing a platform with you all. I still want to take this moment to welcome the new inductees that made a wonderful decision to join Kiwanis. Thank you so much. It's always so much a pleasure and a huge lot of happiness being able to share a platform with you all. I'm not able to turn on my video. We don't have electricity in Uganda, but at least I'll be here and listen. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much, President Michael. It's always good to have you. And of course, we appreciate your regards and your wishes, of course, for the Kiwanis movement. Are there any other clubs from Division 24? If not, I move to Division 23 West. '23 East.
Good evening, fellow Kiwanians and guests. I would love to say excellent congratulations to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston and your new inductees. It was a great move, great decision to join the Kiwanis movement, guys. You definitely would not regret it. This is President Nikita from the Kiwanis Club of Worthington, Kingston. At this point in time, I'm joined by Secretary Lashon and Kiwanian Nakita. We are expecting others to join in a bit. Thank you for the invitation. I'm looking forward to an interesting and informative meeting as usual.
Yes, thank you very much, President Nikita, and of course your delegation. It's always good to have you with us. Are there any other clubs from Division 23 East? I move to Division 23 Central. Any clubs from Division 23 Central? Okay, we ask our SLPs, could you identify your club and number of persons in the delegation, please?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm sorry, we are from Division 23 Central. So this is Treasurer Basil Panton from Kiwanis Club of Caribbean Emerging Leaders. And I am joined by our President, Shawnee Springer, and a fellow Kiwanian, Marissa Brown. So there are 3 of us on board. And we're happy to be at this meeting, and we say congratulations to the incoming Kiwanians. They are joining a very good family, a well-united family. So congratulations to them.
Thank you very much, Treasurer Basil, and of course, it's good to have you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, DP Audrey.
This is DP Audrey from the Kiwanis Club of Sunshine City. My president, Janet, was trying to get to you, but apparently we're not hearing her. So there are 4 of us here: President Janet, Kiwanian Thomas, Director Designate Marlon Singleton, and I am DP Audrey. We are happy to be here with you this evening.
Thank you very much for taking the time out to be with us as well. It's always good to have you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm President Gabriel Heron from the St. Hughes High School Key Club. Unfortunately, I'm alone, but that does not shorten the big welcome for everyone joining this wonderful club. I promise you, you won't regret it.
Okay, thank you very much for being here as usual. It's always good for our SLPs.
Yes, Kiara from the Kingston College Key Club. We have BC Kiara. Looking forward for that meeting.
Okay, thank you very much, Courtney, for being here as usual. Are you the only one? I didn't hear you clearly.
Yeah,
okay then. Any other SLPs with us?
Good evening, everyone. I am CP Nicholas Joyce from UEMONA CKI. I am currently the only member here. I am looking forward to a good meeting, and congratulations on your new inductees. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, CP Nicholas. Thank you very much. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, good afternoon.
President Joshua Brown from the Mike University College, Circle K International Club. And I am happily joined by Dana Denton from the Caribbean District. And I must say congratulations to the new inductees of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, my second to be home. And I hope you really enjoy the club, and just, as I would say to my secretaries, live it up to the fullest. It's a wonderful organization. So thank you very much for sharing this invitation to this meeting.
Thank you very much, President Joshua. It's good to have you as well and your delegation. Are there any guests that are with us this evening? I'm sure there are a number of guests that are here. Could you just could you say your name and in the interest of time, just to be brief?
Hi, good night. My name is Anaika Shaw, brother Avian Shaw, just here to support the club.
Okay, thank you very much for your, for being here and to support our new Kiwanian to be inducted in a few minutes from now. Okay, if not, I guess that's it, President. Over to
Hello,
you.
good night. Actual visitors, sorry.
Yes, my apologies. Yes.
Well, I have a few visitors here with me today.
Okay, go ahead, Andrew.
I have Giselle Jones and Dr. Osric Forrest here, mainly to support the induction of a new Kiwanian RC soils, and a friend, a co-worker, Dr. Kemar Beeson, also on the meeting, here to support.
Okay, thank you very much, Q and Andrew, for introducing your guest.
And PD Paul.
Yes, DP Desmond.
My guest is our regular visitor, Eurydice Condison.
Eurydice, yes. Thank you very much for that, DP Desmond. Welcome, Eurydice.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carolyn Foster. Avian is my nephew, and I'm just here to congratulate him and to support him and wish him all the best in the Kiwanis movement.
Thank you very much, Madam. It's good that you could lend your support to Avian as well. We appreciate that. Thanks for being here.
Hello, good night. This is Colin Shaw, the father of Avian Shaw, and I'm here to support him tonight.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Shaw. Your son made the right choice, and of course, you will see how I'm sure you won't have any regret, and of course, you will follow in his footsteps as well.
Hello, good night. I'm Donna Shaw. I'm here to support my son, Avian Shaw.
Thank you very much, Madam. It's good to have you as well. Of course, support is an awesome thing, and of course, Avian surely appreciate all of that. If not, President, I pass over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, President-designate Paul. We now move to apologies for absence. I have received an apology from DP Leo Chung. Most of us know that despite his visual challenges, he's an avid cricket fan. So he has asked for leave of absence from this meeting. But he's in good health, and we continue to wish him well. We now invite Vice President-designate and Bulletin Editor Newton Ramdale to bring recognition of birthdays and anniversaries. Over to you, Newton.
Thank you, President Richard. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to the new Kiwanians, and I'm being previous, Avian and Arsenio. Welcome, gentlemen. It's going to turn out to be one of the best choices you have ever made. And if you follow LG Debbie's advice and look into the history of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, you're going to come across the name of some really great men. And one of the names that you're going to come across is one Desmond Batchelor. No, you don't have to be dead to be great. He's still alive and he's still amongst you, but he is one of the great contributors to the Kiwanis movement, especially at the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. And you may be asking, why is it that I am singling him out since you have so many? It's simply because of this. He is married to a wonderful lady by the name of Yvette. And tomorrow, August 25th, is their anniversary. So you get the chance to join with the rest of us to say happy anniversary to distinguished President Desmond Batchelor and Yvette from today. And you can call them up tomorrow also to say happy anniversary.
Thank you so much, VDP Newton. Thank you, sir.
I don't know if there's anybody else who is sharing this week any special occasion. I know when you shine as bright as DP Desmond, you tend to have the whole board to yourself. But is there anybody else who is celebrating any special occasion? This week, next week, last week? No? All right, well, everybody wants to hear from the new inductees, Avian and Arsenio. So let me pass it back to President Richard.
Thank you, VP Designate Newton. We now have Kiwanis Education. Secretary DLG William Reeson will make the presentation.
Thank you very much, President Richard. Good evening, fellow Kiwanians, our SLPs, and more importantly, our guests. And let me not remiss if I didn't also welcome our Lieutenant Governor, Deborah Manning. Tonight, we have the pleasure of inducting 2 new members into our club. So I thought I would share with you how the organization of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston came about 58 years ago. Kiwanis International was in its 49th year when in 1964, it established roots in Jamaica. By this time, the main lines of Kiwanis International had been established. The story of its establishment in Jamaica began in 1963 when Alan Talbot, an English insurance executive working in Jamaica, suggested that a Kiwanis Club be established in Kingston. A conversation between Alan Talbot, apparently impressed by what he had seen of Kiwanis in Nassau, Bahamas, and Frank Melhedo, a Jamaican businessman, initiated the Kiwanis movement in Jamaica. On January 17, 1964, Frank Melhedo met with 10 other men at the Sheraton Hotel, now the Wyndham Hotel, and was appointed to chair a steering committee for the establishment of a club in Kingston. The required target of a minimum of 50 men was reached and surpassed by March 24, 1964, when some 71 men agreed to become charter members of the club. The Kiwanis Club of Nassau, though just 15 months old, was a sponsoring club of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. The Kingston Club next step was to seek affiliation with a district. There were two options: the proximity of Jamaica to Florida, and no doubt the growing influence, especially in commercial and industrial development, of the United States in Jamaica, prompted the newly formed club to seek affiliation with the Florida district. The second option was to imitate Kingston's sponsoring club, that is the Kiwanis Club of Nassau, which was part of the Ontario, Quebec Maritime District of Canada. Florida agreed and then reneged on its promise to accept the Jamaican organization. Frank Melhedo approached the Ontario, Quebec Maritime District in Canada. Canada, a member of the British Commonwealth, welcomed Jamaica with open arms when the newly formed club sought links with the Canadian rather than the Florida district. Kiwanis Club of Kingston thus became the first club in Jamaica, making it the 12th Kiwanis Nation and 5,224th club of Kiwanis International. Thank you. President Richard, over to you.
Yes, thank you, DLG William. At this time, we move to the special event for the evening, our new member induction ceremony, and Director PDT Ralston Nunes will preside.
Thank you, President Richard, Lieutenant Governor Deborah, and I might add, my dear friend, fellow Kiwanians and guests, supporters of our new inductees. Let me take the opportunity to welcome you to this induction ceremony. An induction ceremony for this Kiwanis Club of Kingston is always a very special occasion. It's an occasion when we get the opportunity to expand the Kiwanis footsteps so that we can better able to serve those who we have pledged to serve, particularly the children of the world. And so we always look to this moment as a Kiwanis moment, a moment when our inductees can be proud. And I'm happy that we have family members supporting today, because indeed for us, it's a special occasion. This induction ceremony will now commence, and I ask President Richard to lead the proceeding.
Kiwanians care about their community. They join clubs to connect with other servant leaders, to multiply their impact and to make the community better. They give their time and talent to enrich the lives of children. Kiwanis is something so good that each of us should want to share it. Surely there's no better evidence of our willingness to share Kiwanis than to sponsor a new member into our club.
Indeed, this is correct. And, I said it before, but this is absolutely special for us. And I want to impress upon the inductees that you are about to embark on a journey that you yourself will determine what it is. It can be a very pleasurable journey, and most time it is. And it depends on how you approach this journey. One thing I can assure you is that you will have sufficient support from the existing members of this club and the members of Kiwanis clubs across Jamaica and by extension across the world. So today, we are very pleased to recognize Kiwanian Dr. Andrew Burton and Secretary DLG William Reeson for their willingness to share the K with our newest member, whom we are about to induct. And I want to congratulate our sponsors because indeed you are unselfish in your willingness to share your experience, which must be a good experience for you to want to share. So we're going to ask the sponsors if you would kindly introduce your prospects this evening. Well, not prospects because they have been approved by the board. You will introduce your Kiwanian, new Kiwanians, starting with Dr. Andrew Burton introducing Kiwanian Arsenio Antonio Sawyers.
All right, evening again. I'd like to introduce to you my friend, Arsenio Antonio Sawyers, who this wouldn't be his first time being part of the K family. As we both were in high school at Campion College, part of the Campion Key Club, where we first experienced the wealth of community service and leadership training that was facilitated from being part of that organization. And even though that would have been a pause for me going through college, when he went on to study at the University of Waterloo in his Bachelor of Mathematics, he kept up the K family trend in Circle K, even becoming the Lieutenant Governor of the Eastern Canada and Caribbean District in Circle K. I just happened to beat him to Kiwanis incidentally. But today I'm proud to be able to introduce my friend to the club and vice versa. And you all will hear from him soon. Arsenio Sawyers presently works as a risk officer in marketing and liquidity at National Commercial Bank, and I'm pretty sure we'll have a lot that he can share with the club.
Thank you, Andrew, Dr. Andrew Burton. And fellow Kiwanians, I want you to really reflect on what was just said, because what Andrew just said is that there are benefits when we serve our SLP members. They are introduced to an organization that molds and prepare them for life after the SLP experience. And it also encourages them to continue in the Kiwanis clubs. And so I want to encourage all our Kiwanians on this platform to take something from that message that we have just received and ensure that we take care of our SLP members. At this time, I will ask our club secretary, DLG William Reeson, to introduce Kiwanian Abian Shaw.
Thank you very much, Director and District Trustee Ralston. Gives me great pleasure to introduce a young man, Avian Shaw. He was born in the district just outside of Santa Cruz called Rocky Hill. He attended Monroe College. That city set upon a hill cannot be hidden. In our case, Sitan Tabit. It's interesting how I met Avian. We were doing a young children priority 1 project at the Glen Vincent Clinic in early July when we're donating baby diapers and sanitizer. And there's this young man that stood out among all the nurses, and they're all female nurses apart from this gentleman. I said, this gentleman looks like he would be a good Kiwanian. And I have not been proven wrong. He's attended a number of projects, at least every project we've been involved with in community service, and he's been into clubbing with a number of clubs. He's currently a nursing student at the University of Technology. And he has expressed a desire to work with the Community Services Committee. Avian, I'm sure, will be a good Kiwanian and an asset to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, particularly in view of his age. He always says, I will go as far as my sponsor wants me to go. Avian, I trust that you will enjoy your experience, and it was very enlightening this evening to see so many members of your family out to support you, including your father and your partner, as well as other family members. Over to you, Past District Trustee Ralston.
Thank you, DLG Willie. President Richard.
Kiwanians, Arsenio, and Avion, this is a charge. It is expected that you will regularly attend club meetings, committee meetings, and to participate in the activities of the club. You will appreciate that unless you attend meetings regularly and take part in the club's activities, it is likely that you will soon lose interest.
For those of us who are not Kiwanians, I must take instructions from the chat. SLP refers to Service Leadership Program, and it really embodies a number of clubs of the Kiwanis family, who are usually persons in school from K Kids up to Circle K International. And we call them Service Leadership Program. So for the person who put it in the chat, I thank you so much. Kiwanian, Arsenio, and Avian, you this evening have joined a 170-year strong global organization and a club that was formed in 1964. A club that is the only club in Jamaica that can claim being the first club. And therefore, it's a club with a history. It's a club that is the father of all clubs in Jamaica. And it's a club history that you are expected to protect when you join. But this organization, one that will serve even more children in the second century of existence. And therefore, I have to ask you a couple of questions, which I trust you will answer strongly and with candor. Are you, Arsenio, and Avian ready to join thousands of other volunteers in this quest? I need an answer. Avian, are you hearing me? William? Am I being heard?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you, yes.
Okay, I need some reply from the prospects, the new Kiwanians. Are you ready to join thousands of other volunteers in this quest?
I don't know if they're having some technical challenges.
Can you unmute and answer? Well, I know you answered this question before, and this is very ceremonial, but the other question that you answered at your Okay, Arsenio says, can you hear me? No, we can't, but we see you in the chat. Okay.
All right.
The other
You
question
could
that
answer in
were
the chat.
asked,
Yes, yes.
the other question that were asked at the inquiry committee.
Avian said he's having connectivity issues.
Was, are you ready to have fun? And you, at that point, you said yes. We also asked you, are you ready to bring smiles to the faces of children and hope to the families in our communities and across the island? And you also indicated at that point, yes. The final question we asked you among many was, are you ready to make a difference along with your Kiwanian friends, not only the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, but across Jamaica? And again, I can confidently say that you both replied yes. So I am indeed pleased and privileged to now formally induct you as members of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, a club which I told you first is a very proud club. And you have taken on onto your shoulder the task of continuing the history of this great club. I told you at your inquiry that you were part of a transition as younger members who we desire to bring into our clubs so that we can continue to make the impact that we are or have been making over the past many years. And so normally we would do this in a physical space, but with the protocols now in place, I will now present you with your PIN and certificate of membership, which will be displayed on the screen. VP Desmond. Desmond.
PD Ralston, yes, some technical difficulties came up a while ago, so I'm back. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Can you display the PIN if you can?
There we go.
This PIN,
yes, go ahead,
PD. I'm asking you, is a very special PIN. It's a symbol of your commitment to a great organization that is international. It carries with it a lot of responsibility, and we urge you to wear it proudly each day. This pin will open a lot of discussions with friends and family who wants to know all about Kiwanis, and therefore you must prepare yourself with the necessary information that is provided so that you can introduce and bring other persons into the movement. I now invite the members of the club, not only Kingston, but also the Kiwanians here, to recite the objects of Kiwanis International. And Desmond, it might be a little bit cumbersome for everybody. So can you project it on the screen? And
I don't have it on the screen.
Okay.
But I may
Can you lead us in the objects, please?
Sure. I will lead you in the objects.
Right.
Yes. To give primacy to human and spiritual rather than to the material values of life. To encourage the daily living of the golden rule in all human relationships. To promote the adoption and the application of higher social, business, and professional standards. To develop by precept and example a more intelligent, aggressive, and serviceable citizenship. To provide through Kiwanis clubs a practical means to form enduring friendships. To render altruistic service and to build better communities. To cooperate in creating and maintaining that sound public opinion and high idealism which make possible the increase of righteousness, justice, patriotism, and goodwill.
Kiwanian, Arsenio, and Albion. These 6 objects are the guiding objects of our movement. It tells 6 different stories to support, to guide, and to cooperate, plus others. We repeat this at every meeting, and certainly by your 3rd month into the club, I, Ralston Nunes, expect you to be repeating and not reading these objects, because it's a challenge that indicates your willingness to be a part of the movement. And we will go into